Let's see who it is. Let's go see. Let's go see who it is.
Good morning, Sergeant Coyer. I'm Major Ostermeyer, a ground investigator for the U.S. Army Combat Readiness Center. On behalf of the CRC and our team, we'd like to give you our condolences on your unit's loss. Now, we're not a legal 15-6 or CID investigation. Our safety investigation is for accident prevention purposes only. So the information you provide us today will help us figure out what happened, why it happened, and how the Army can mitigate similar mishaps from occurring in the future. So we thank you for your time and assistance this morning. With that said, the rest of the team will quickly introduce themselves so that you know with whom you're speaking with.
Good morning, Sergeant Coyer. Major Hartman, board surgeon. I'll be reviewing the medical response post-mishap, as well as any medical analysis. So thank you for coming in this morning.
I'm Chief Reeves, maintenance tech for the BSB. I'm focusing on the equipment, maintenance procedures, and driver's training program. I'm also the subject matter expert for the Humvee platform.
Sergeant Coyer, I work with Major Ostermeyer, the Combat Readiness Center, conducting safety investigations. I'm a logistician by MOS. Please be as honest and as open as you can, as this will help your peers throughout the Army. Thanks for assisting us today.
Sergeant Coyer, can you let us know what your duty position is, where you were at the time of the mishap, and if you could just walk us through what you remember from that day in mission?
I'm Sergeant Coyer. I'm a 9-2 Yankee supply sergeant for Delta Forward Support Company. I was the commander in the vehicle that rolled over in the Humvee. I thought the mission was rushed from the start. We had a planned log pack late that evening, around 1900, but at around 1400, our platoon leader, First Lieutenant Dixon, he gathered a platoon and gave us a frago for an emergency resupply mission with an SB time of 1500. We didn't have a convoy briefing or rehearsal.
All right, team. We just received a change in our mission. The battalion needs an emergency resupply no later than 1545. That means we need to SP at 1500 hours. We'll convoy to LRP Alpha 2. Hey, look, we've driven this route several times, so it should be no different and an easy mission. Make sure your vehicles are loaded with the requested ammo package and be lined up by 1445. Roger?
Whoa. Specialist Martin, thank you for your recollection of the mishap. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask a couple follow-up questions just to make sure that I fully understand. You mentioned that everyone was in a rush due to a change in the timeline. Can you elaborate on this change, and what do you feel was rushed?
Yes, sir. Each day we had 2 scheduled log packs, one at 700 and another at 1900. The emergency resupply significantly changed our timeline by 4 hours and caught us off guard. We had to rush to load the vehicles, and we didn't do our normal pre-combat checks and inspections.
Hey, Tucker, grab the ammo and get it secured in our Humvee. I need to assist the LT's crew and start lining up the vehicles.
Roger, I'll get right on it. Is there a specific location?
No, just make sure it's secured and don't move around too much.
Specialist Martin, did you check to see that PFC Tucker properly secured the ammo in accordance with the load plan?
Yes, sir, I looked at it.
Now, when you say you looked at it, did you glance at it, or did you do a thorough inspection?
I don't remember exactly. The ammo cans flew around the cabin when we rolled, so they must not have been as secured as I thought.
Man, I can't believe this. Nothing all morning, and now they need us like yesterday.
Banks, put your Kevlar on. Fix it.
Yeah, Banks can be a problem sometimes, but he did put his helmet back on.
Did you see him secure the chin strap?
No, sir, I didn't.
Okay. What happened next?
Hey, Banks, Sergeant Coyer's busting you for not wearing your Kevlar. Tucker's not using his gunner restraint.
Hey, Specialist, stay in your lane.
Roger, Sergeant.
Hey, Banks, forgetting something?
Banks, get your act together.
Roger, Sergeant.
PFC Kennedy, once you were given the order to move out, can you tell us what you witnessed leading up to the accident?
We were in the second vehicle. I knew from the start that there was going to be a problem.
And why is that?
The lead vehicle was going at least 10 miles over the posted speed limit. It was kicking up so much dust I couldn't see anything.
Did you tell Sergeant Coyer that you were having trouble seeing, especially with the vehicles exceeding the speed limits?
Yes, sir. I asked Sergeant Coyer to radio the LT, asking him to slow down.
Alpha 1, this is Alpha 2, over. Alpha 1, this is Alpha 2. We can't keep up. Can you slow down? We're having trouble maintaining visibility. Over. Kennedy, I can't get LT on the radio. Just stay with him.
I'm telling you, Sergeant, it's no good. I can't see.
How did Sergeant Coyer respond when you told him again that you couldn't see?
He didn't say anything. With all that dust, it was hard to know where we were in the route. Suddenly there was a curve in the road. The lead vehicle hit the brakes hard. I didn't see them until the last second.
I saw Banks fly out of his seat and hit his head.
Then everything started to spin. I heard equipment and ammo cans flying around.
Honestly, it happened so fast. I didn't know until later that PSC Tucker never put his gunner restraint on.
Sir, here's a completed technical inspection of the Humvee. If it had fluids in it, we can drive it today. The seatbelts were all fully functional and the brakes were fully mission capable. Bottom line, sir, there was nothing wrong with the Humvee that would cause this mishap. It was a human error.
Well, now that we've captured the mishap on the root cause analysis diagram, it clearly shows that while operating a Humvee in dry and dusty conditions during a convoy mission, the driver lost control of the vehicle while reacting to an emerging road hazard, causing him to apply the brakes and over-apply them, which caused the operator to lose control of the vehicle and for the vehicle to roll.
Sir, we also know that the gunner wasn't wearing his gunner restraint system and was ejected from the vehicle during the rollover sequence. As a result, the vehicle struck the ejected gunner and caused fatal injuries. We also have a crew member who sustained serious injuries due to not wearing a seatbelt and not securing his advanced combat helmet.
Let's not forget that this resulted in $38,000 in damages to the Humvee.
Would the board agree that the vehicle rolled over as a result of excessive speed, dust which affected the driver's vision, abrupt vehicle inputs, and inadequate application of risk management?
I fully agree, Master Sergeant Hidalgo. We also determined that the unit leaders had a large role to play in this mishap. The vehicle commander failed to enforce the use of seatbelts and restraint systems, as well as the posted speed limit. The platoon leader also failed to conduct rehearsals, a convoy brief, and perform pre-combat checks and inspections. This is another tragic example where if leaders simply enforced the basic standards and valued the application of the risk management process, this mishap and tragedy could have been prevented.
Ma'am, I'm Major Kelly Robinson, Alpha Company, 2nd Battalion, 21st Ordnance from Fort Lee, Virginia. Are you Miss Nicole Tucker, wife of Will Tucker?
Yes, I am, but Will's in the field.
I have an important message to deliver from the Secretary of the Army. The Secretary of the Army has asked me to express his deep regret that your husband, Will, died in a training accident yesterday. The Secretary extends his deepest sympathy to you and your family in this tragic loss.